The dude with the yellow shirt, blue pants, who always talks about how depressed he is.
Don't know who you're talking about.
That seems to be the main joke throughout the series.
God damn it. So anyway, your new project.
Yeah, it's a small, simple project. It's just a comic strip series about college and all that shit. The weird stuff. The weird and funny stuff that could go on around college and a usual college campus. And I hired an artist for it and everything, and I planned for it to come out around September. I would really appreciate it if you guys check it out, because I spent money hiring this artist, and I could use some supporters.
I was about to make a joke about your artist, but I decided, you know what, I'm just going to hold that back until after the series is released.
Okay.
I'm just holding back. Because the thing about it is...
My artist has a decent following.
It's not that.
She's cool. I love her art style and everything. She's great.
It's not that. It's usual Joe comedy, but I'm like, you know what, not today.
I know the joke you're going to make.
I know that, but it's like, you know what, today's not the day. Today's not that day. Maybe when you come back and this is after, like, you can talk about the whole process of it, like, once the whole, like, are you doing it, like, in waves, or are you going to be, like, trying to keep a schedule? So is it, like, a season, like, you're
don't know.
So are you?
I am
like
no,
what's
I have a handful of comic strips like finished and ready, and I have even more written out, and I'm just gonna have to see how this goes and everything.
Oh yeah, of course. So
it's it's just something to put on my portfolio.
But do you plan on taking the Pokemon route of just keep doing it weekly if you can, or do you plan on trying to do just a My Hero Academia? Like, okay, I'll do chunks of it, and then I'll take a break to do more, and then I come back with more. What seems like to be the better thing for you if money was no issue?
Oh, what would be better?
Slash if it is successful and you decide to have the passion to keep going. Like, do you think it's...
Oh, like if everything goes my way, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, if everything goes my way, I would love it to be a weekly series and and like for there to be extra content and everything. However, what I'm planning on doing is probably one strip every 2 weeks.
Bi-weekly, like this show.
Yeah, bi-weekly.
Like this show.
Yeah, and it just seems to be like the best way to go about it, at least in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna at least try to keep it up for a year. So I'm gonna see how many followers I have for that series.
So by September 2019, you'll have an update.
Yeah,
like
whether it will be continuing or not.
So at least the year. So at least 26 weekly strips.
Yeah,
no, 26 strips should be out.
Yeah, I want to be consistent, Cause
something
I noticed is that, like, consistency
is what gets you more people.
Yeah.
Because people want to see the same person again and again and again, so obviously you need to give them new content.
Yeah, it's a natural thing. Like, if you like something, you want more and more and more of it.
Mm-hmm. And, okay, I got you. And, so go check them. Like, I'll post a link. Because right now, as we're recording...
Please check it out, guys. I would really appreciate it.
I don't have a link right now, but as soon as, if this goes live before it's ready, I'll just say coming soon. But if it is ready by the time this does go live, or / I do get it eventually, I'll update the link. So just check it out when you have the time. Anyway, George, enough of your pimping out segment, pimping out with George. Yeah. What is your topic?
Childhood's being ruined.
Oh no! Oh my
okay,
God. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here a while.
I'm just gonna say it flat out. I really dislike Teen Titans Go.
Wait. Do you mean like your childhood ruined, like in the moment, or childhood ruined now in the 2018 sense?
Now in the 2018.
Oh, okay. Then give me a while. Then you can go first. Then
look, guys. Okay. You know what? I'll be simple. I don't like Teen Titans Go. I find it to be a very mediocre show. I find there to be a lot of problems with it. I might get into that later in this episode. I might not. But basically, something that I found to be interesting that I saw recently. I saw a clip of Teen Titans Go, which was about... It was a weird-ass musical number about the animators of the show.
I think I've heard of it, but I never got to watch it yet. So.
It's
stupid.
Sort of... Well, okay, hear me out. Basically, it's a musical number about how hard the animators work and how much they love working in something that they love,
mm-hmm.
and how hard they work to put out something like Teen Titans Go, but it sparked a very small Twitter argument among people.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was actually very interested in what people had to say about that.
Mm-hmm, you checked it out.
So, I tweeted this myself, but, I'll just repeat myself on this podcast just because. Basically, when I say I don't like Teen Titans Go, I mean I don't like the show itself.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
a lot of people fall in that bandwagon. A lot of people.
Yeah, obviously, I respect the people working on it.
Oh no, there's
we're talking about people who work very hard and who, and are working in something that they love doing. Look, they're making shit, but they're.
But the thing is,
they're getting paid for something that they love, and I respect them for that. However, it does not change my mind about how much I dislike the show. I still think the show is very bad.
No, yeah,
but it doesn't mean I don't dislike the people.
The thing is, George, is that
there's a very clear difference between fiction and reality. That's what I'm going.
Yeah,
about,
I understand. I totally understand. But the problem we're facing now in this, and I talked about this before on, I think, my show, The Let Chill Talk, with Cartoon Network, and I did talk about Teen Titans Go. The fact is, these new shows that, sadly, the older fans, we hate, like Teen Titans Go, the problem is they're made for new kids. These are made for the next generation of kids. We were kids once. We had fun watching these shows. These were, our era was comedy, but with also story. And that was the original Teen Titans, and it might get season 6. So hold out.
It might, yeah.
Hold on. If the movie does well, I'm not sure how much the movie made.
I don't fucking know.
They said, because I heard Tara Strong say if the movie does successfully well, they'll do Teen Titans Go and a season 6 of the OG Titans.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's if the movie's successful. I haven't checked the box office in a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it did okay, but I'm not sure. I could totally be pulling this on my ass. But generally speaking, I understand. But the problem is, these are made for new kids. And just recently, they announced another reboot of sorts in Total Drama-Rama.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking stupid for me, because I watched the original days in 2008, so about 10 years ago. The thing is now, it's been 10 years, and those people who were kids are now, like us, adults. Yeah. So obviously Cartoon Network doesn't appeal to adults. That's Toonami. So... so they got to do it for the new generation, but that also sucks because for us for Teen Titans and Total Drama, their stories aren't finished. But they're being rebooted for the new kids. So kind of we're not happy. We're not happy either way.
So what you're saying? Correct me if I'm wrong, but is what you're saying despite us not liking certain reboots of certain shows, it doesn't mean that they're objectively bad? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because for kids, they could be completely in love with the show. That's the thing.
That's true.
They could love the show, and then in 10 years, they'll say, yeah, those were classic shows. They had a lot of humor. Who knows?
Yeah, it's possible. But I think it's equally as possible that they'll look back and be like, oh, God, what was I watching?
Yeah, and
I've done that, for maybe one or two shows.
Yeah, but the shows, yeah, but... I still don't believe...
see your point, though.
Yeah, but I still don't... but I do believe we deserve something a little better, because... Just because this generation of kids is now more tech savvy than than us, because we got our technical side a little bit older, while they're getting.
I got my first smartphone when I was in high school.
So, I got high school, with internet access with high school too.
Yeah,
because I had a shitty BlueBerry. So, but since that is a thing, hold on, I lost my train of thought after I made the BlueBerry joke.
You mean BlackBerry?
No, I had a BlueBerry phone.
What? Okay.
Because it was blue. It was a blue fat phone that slide up. I couldn't connect to the internet. I got bored with that phone, but it was just mainly for calling people, and was
yeah,
fuck, okay, fine, I'll keep it. I played around with it a lot, regardless of it having nothing. But the thing is with this generation is that the studio executives who work on this Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, and obviously Disney Channel, they assume kids like fart jokes and silly comedy, getting hurt animated wise and stuff like that. But that still exists for our generation. But they also were able to have some smart humor in there and smart storytelling. True. And those shows still do exist in this era, like Steven Universe and recently Gravity Falls, and even regular show to a little bit in Adventure Time.
But 3 out of those 4 shows that you just mentioned, they're over. They're ended. Which is, that's fine. And
we're still
good. And we're still I love endings.
And, Steven Universe is still going. There's going to be a brand new show called Infinity Train, which it's a story-based show, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's morally aimed for kids. So We still,
But that doesn't mean it's not going to be good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the pilot. It looked pretty good. And We Bear Bears, and that still had smart, still has some story, still has some great humor.
Yeah.
Love We Bear Bears. Go check it out.
Yeah.
After you check out George's strip, go check out We Bear Bears. It's 4 seasons.
So, like, I guess what I'm getting at is, you know, when we were children, let's say, I feel like that's when cartoons just started to get, like, a bit more plot heavy. They were still cartoons, you know, at the end of the day. Stupid fart jokes, comedy.
But they still have stories.
But they had stories. They were starting to get a bit more plot heavy. Not, like, dramatic, but plot heavy. You had your shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, yeah, I still have to check out that show someday. Someday.
But, like, even shows like Ben 10, they weren't dramatic.
But they still had a story.
They had a plot, you know?
That went for 3 series.
Yeah,
and then they say, fuck it, let's reboot it, and then let's do a full reboot.
Yeah, and
fuck your Cartoon Network.
The thing where I'm getting at is, I feel like something happened with the generation of kids now. And, like, I don't know. I feel like things are starting to lean a bit more towards the stupid comedy. I feel like we're going a bit backwards right now.
Yeah.
Because back in... another show that I want to mention is something that didn't even come out yet. Something that I never even checked out. Which is the new Thundercats reboot. Now, here's the thing. I never watched the original Thundercats show, but I'm aware that it was pretty fucking stupid. You know? And here's the thing. Then the 2011 show came out.
And I heard...
I watched the shit out of that. I loved that show. It was amazing. It was dramatic. It was so cool.
And it got canceled.
And then it got canceled, and I was like, okay, it might return one day, but I won't be too mad if it never does. The thing is, now we have a show that wants to embrace the stupidness of the original show and bring it to a modern audience with a modern art style and all that stuff. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, even though to me...
It looks bad.
To me, it looks bad. However, I'm going to give it a chance. Like, I don't think it's going to be shit.
The thing is...
However, it just wrote the obituary for the 2011 series. The 2011 series will probably never come back now because it's been replaced.
The thing is... remember...
I feel like something awesome has now been replaced with something a bit more dumbed down. To me, this is all speculation, but it looks like this new show is heavily dumbed down, which is something that I'm worried about, you know? And, yeah, we do have shows like Steven Universe. I fucking love Steven Universe. I'm not caught up yet. But, you know, shows like those do not dominate
ratings.
Do not dominate ratings yet. And I feel bad because Cartoon Network is pushing shows that in my opinion, are stupid.
But the thing,
I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, but the thing is, a common argument they have is that we prefer stupid stuff with no story because we can air them out of order. So when syndication happens, like, okay, just put out this episode instead of let's say Steven Universe, there's a story. So if you show a season 4 episode, wait, what happened? Why is this guy different? Why is he different? It's watch
confuse kids.
You gotta watch the last 3 shows, and kids don't have that fucking attention span.
Yeah,
that's the problem. So
or do they? Here's the thing,
well, this is coming from the same network who once put out entire fucking schedule of Teen Titans Go, so I really don't know what the fucking demographic is or the rating boost is. I really don't know.
Yeah, because binge watching is getting more and more popular now.
Yeah, but I
feel like it's starting to spread to kids, in which they're binge watch.
I don't think it's there yet. That's the thing.
Okay.
Right now, I think. Well, I know Cartoon Network and Toonami are 2 different things, but Toonami just loves doing marathons to keep everyone out. They're doing a My Hero Academia marathon the week after this. This weekend when it's going.
Really?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
All season 1.
Nice.
And I think they start season 2 soon. But right now, Dragon Ball Super is taking over with the Tournament Power, which you should catch up.
I will.
Plus Punisher and Jessica Jones. Okay, I can go on.
You can go on and on about the shows that I have to catch up on, Joseph.
Yeah, we get it. But I'm trying to think. Well, for me, but stemming off of when you said, childhood, do I mean stuff I enjoyed during my childhood that gets ruined now? Is that what you mean?
I'm not. like I was being slightly jokey with
because I thought
just because I couldn't think of a way to like
phrase it correctly.
Because
when you said that, I'm like, oh my god, I got a lot of stories about my aunt to tell. But it's like, oh no, okay, fine. Another episode.
Basically, like, I'm trying to think, like, because
well, so Ben 10 got ruined.
I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like things are things that were good back then are being rebooted and being a bit watered down, whereas the original product was fine.
Trying to think what like for me it's like because I already covered this already. I like told Drama they fucked up. They're fucking up now. Powerpuff Girls. I assume they fucked up. I never saw the new reboot.
I watched 1 or 2 episodes. I was like,
what else was Teen Titans Go? Obviously, we just talked about that to death. But it did get a movie, so there's the audience is there. Obviously,
yeah. Like, look, if you like the show, I'm not gonna go apeshit. However, I'm just saying that, like, look, in my opinion, I don't think it's good.
Oh, funny.
It has its moments, yes, it does, but overall, the show is mediocre
at best. Never critically acclaimed.
Yeah,
I think it won an Emmy. Did it win an Emmy?
Did it? I don't
think it won an Emmy. I don't remember. Did it?
Are you sure?
Oh no, I think I'm confusing this with Big Bang Theory. I'm not sure. For I can't think of anything like so far. Like, I'm pretty sure something from my childhood got ruined already. I just don't remember what it is. Plus, I don't think I might have to opt out on this one because I don't know specifically. Like, I told Drama they ruined Powerpuff Girls, Ben 10. Obviously, they fucked that up. I mean, again, new generation of kids. They need to have their own version of what we had. Like,
well, in that case, why not just make original things like Steven Universe?
Yeah, but they have the existing IP, they have these existing characters, so it's kind of easy to just recast, tell a new story, a new premise, and then go from there.
Oh yeah, I know why the executives are doing this.
It's easier to make. It's easier to
make.
Yeah, but sometimes they want to make it a quick pause. If you're doing an existing IP, you're gonna probably get some older fans that are gonna be on board.
Oh yeah, that's why remakes are made and reboots are made in the first place. This was successful, and so it might be successful again. It has a higher chance of being successful than something original.
I would still
which is unfortunate.
Yeah, of course. I could say like they could follow the Star Wars thing for the animated shows. Like they're all in the same universe, but they're always getting rebooted with a new cast every new series. Like they did the Clone Wars, then they did Rebels, now doing Resistance.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Star Wars is a whole nother thing because it is one of the biggest influences in my life. The original trilogy, at least. Star Wars is extremely important to me.
Okay.
However, even though I thought The Last Jedi was okay. I'm not like gonna get pissy over it.
No,
I'm just like, I feel like the film had a lot of problems, but overall it was all right, I guess.
It was good at the end of the day. It was good. It's not horrendously bad.
Yeah, it's not like the prequels, But like the thing is, what I have realized is that despite people not liking current reboots and things like that, they feel like I said, their childhood is being ruined. Where it's just like, I don't know, like just because I didn't love The Last Jedi doesn't mean that it makes me feel any differently about the original trilogy.
Of course not.
Like, I can still remember how the original trilogy has affected me throughout my life. And yeah, I don't like Teen Titans Go, but that does not mean that I don't love the original show. That doesn't change how I feel about the original show. And the comic book. I fucking love the Teen Titans comic book.
There's a comic book?
Yes, there is, you asshole.
Oh, I thought that was do you mean based on those specific character, or based on the team?
Basically, the 2006 show is... okay, so there in like the 60s, there was the Teen Titans, which was Robin, Wonder Girl, Speedy, which was Green Arrow's sidekick, in case anybody doesn't know. There's Kid Flash. There is...
I'm trying to fix that.
There was... Oh, and Aqualad. And they went on and all that shit. They disbanded eventually, but then...
The new Teen Titans.
Yeah, there was the new Teen Titans in the 80s, which was Robin, a new character, Starfire, a new character, Raven, there was Changeling, who you guys know as Beast Boy. He was in the Doom Patrol previously.
Getting their own TV show.
Yeah, so they just moved that character to the Teen Titans. Did I mention Cyborg?
No.
Cyborg was new as well. And Kid Flash returned, and I think Wonder Girl returned. It was either Wonder Girl or Speedy who returned. And so, yeah, there was the cartoon. The 2006 cartoon is primarily based off of the new Teen Titans era. Okay. You know? They just took out Kid Flash and Wonder Girl.
Well, they were in the show. I think they were in the show.
They were in the show, but
later
I'm saying
on.
they were straight up part of the team and important there and everything. Raven and Kid Flash, they had a thing.
I can't see that. I really can't see that. I know you
Basically, Raven wasn't the nicest person when she was first introduced.
Oh, no,
she was manipulating him.
Okay.
Because Kid Flash was like, I'm retired, I want to live a regular life, but the thing is, like, Raven's father is a fucking demon, so she needed to, like, the Earth was on the line, sort of, and so she unfortunately manipulated Wally into taking up Kid Flash again, and she did that by making him fall in love with her. And then, you know, that was an interesting point in the story because it made her realize that, like, okay, even though what she's trying to do is good, the way she's going about it is wrong. And I love that because it goes into Raven's story arc. A lot of this stuff isn't featured in the cartoon. However, the cartoon is still fucking great. Despite it not featuring a lot of the stuff that I love from the comic book, it was a really good show. They really did try their best.
Left us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and then it was replaced by, like I said, something mediocre.
Well, they took a
However, that doesn't change how I feel about the original show. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going about.
Alright, well, I guess that's because I really can't... Well, that was great, George, but I really can't think of anything. My childhood's been ruined. Would the new Spider-Man shows count? Because I still love the I still believe they should go back to
Which your favorite was Spectacular, right?
Spectacular, then the 90s, then I want to... No, I don't... let's not count Unlimited. That was a waste of time.
Yeah, Unlimited was just like, why?
Why? The that weird CGI show, the animation style was so weird.
It was so weird. And I think Neil Patrick Harris was Spider-Man.
It was Neil Patrick Harris.
That's so weird.
I never liked the animation style. It was always a weird story.
Yeah.
Left us on a cliffhanger. It was supposed to apparently connect to the movie, but Sam Raimi said, "Fuck you, no, this ain't gonna." And this was MTV that was airing it, so they were trying to get new viewers on the board. Like, we have a Spider-Man show now. Like, really? And then the animation was so bad. It was really bad. And Spectacular came out so fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think my favorite. Actually, no, definitely my favorite was the 90s one. And then I thought Spectacular was pretty cool. I always had a hard time following it when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, it was on a different channel. It was on the WB.
Yeah, WB wasn't around back then. I thought it was on Disney. No, not...
No, 2008.
No, Jetix. Before it was Disney XD.
They got picked up in the last episode when the Disney merger happens, but they burned out the rest of the episode on Jetix.
Oh wow!
It was on a different, because I remember I saw a promo on it and it wasn't Disney. It was a different. It was, I think it was the WB.
It was not the WB. Joseph.
I think it was.
There's no way.
I think it was the CW's kids block. I believe.
Really?
I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Holy shit! No wonder why I had a hard time following it. I thought I was under the impression it was just on Jetix.
Eventually, Jetix got the rights. Eventually,
in case anybody doesn't know,
eventually Jetix got the rights, and then it became Disney XD. So
yeah, Jetix became Disney XD when
and I think Disney XD is dying. So I think, I'm not sure. It's been a long time. All right. Well, my topic. I'm trying to remember my topic because I had it in the beginning of the show, and I'm like, you know what, George, go pimp out your show, go pimp out your stuff. You deserve it. Plus your topic, and I completely forgot my topic. Give me a minute while I remember.
Well, I mean, look, Joseph, you got stuff. Like Spider-Man. How important is Spider-Man to you?
Very, but that deserves its own episode.
Here's the thing. You love the original Sam Raimi trilogy, right?
I am currently rewatching it. Yes.
Yeah, but so how did you feel when The Amazing Spider-Man came out and The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Amazing Spider-Man 1. I think I told this before. Like, when Spider-Man 4 was canceled, I cried.
Yeah.
I cried because it's like
I was
I was never going to see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man again. Never.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate what happened with that movie.
Fuck you, Sony. Fuck you. You've been making. To be fair, they've just been making bad decisions lately. They need to get back on track. Money is not important that much. Money is important to run a business, but like there are better ways to earn money.
Sony is like smaller movies.
Yeah, but
they
do
way better than their big budget shit.
Well, Jumanji made nearly $1 billion, so we'll take that.
Yeah, sure.
Take that with something. No, the Amazing Spider-Man stuff was okay at best. I still have to rewatch it and give a new updated opinion on it, but it was good when I was watching them. 2 was not as bad as everyone says it was. It was still enjoyable. They did some stupid shit there, and I said this before. I did meet the director, and he seemed passionate about the projects. So it was mostly a corporate level thing. So thank God Marvel took over for that with Homecoming now. Far From Home coming soon. God, I can't wait for Far From Home. I can't wait.
So all this, like, does it change how you feel about like what you had nostalgia for? Does it make you think any differently, whether it's positive or negative?
No, because again, like I got on board with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, same way. Well, not as same as Tobey Maguire's, but still, like, well, you're Spider-Man now. I'm gonna be interested in your story regardless of what happens. And the way they ended off too was kind of like a big cocktail. Like they got Sinister Six, like a Black Cat spin-off. They kind of left a seed there for an Aunt May solo film for some fucking reason. Of course, Spider-Man 3, and it's like I was ready for those films, and they never came out. And to be fair, it still made money. I don't know what the thing about Sony is, like they spent a lot of money on the film, and they wanted to do this whole shared universe like Marvel, but how much can you really tell with just Spider-Man characters?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to get that again with Venom, and then
like you can make a movie about Spider-Man, sure, but
a whole universe around them.
Like you can't make more than 3 movies about Spider-Man, you know?
So you think if Tom Holland gets to Spider-Man 3, do you think he can do 4?
No, I'm saying like now that it's in the MCU, he can, because now we can have.
He could be anywhere.
He could be anywhere. He can go against anybody. You know, here's the thing. The Kingpin, he's a Spider-Man villain.
But he's on Daredevil.
But he's on Daredevil, and he was a very important character on Daredevil.
Yeah.
But he was intentionally a Spider-Man villain. And he's
going to be an important role in the game.
Yeah, and let's Spider-Man has talked to Doctor Doom before.
Yeah, well, with the rights returning, maybe.
Like he's interacted with him.
Yeah, but the rights are returning, so maybe.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is, it's hard to make a movie about like you said, just Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Like you need to have him interact with the Marvel Universe at least a little bit. He doesn't have to be doing any of the cosmic shit.
Well, he was in Infinity War.
Well, he was, but what I'm saying is that like you don't need to do that. You just need to let the character interact with his world, because the Marvel Universe is very vast, and the comics have taken advantage of that. The movies, not yet. They might get to it. Hopefully, they will.
Yeah, well, we don't know what's beyond Avengers 4, besides Far From Home and now the delayed Guardians Volume 3. Nice job, Disney.
Yeah, great job, Disney.
You fucked up. Like, you've done so great, but then you just had to do one fuck up. I'm gonna legit find the asshole who re-released those tweets. I'm just gonna go kick his ass. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just some scrawny asshole in a basement somewhere living with his mama.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, my topic, George. So as for us here in New York, it's very hot.
Yes,
obviously.
it is.
I would love to turn on the AC right now, but quality of our microphones, we got to preserve the no background noise. But anyway, so it's summer. We're wrapping up summer 2018.
Yes.
But we still had like plenty of summers prior. So my topic, George. This wasn't the topic I was going to talk about because I completely forgot, but I just read the list. What is your favorite summer moment, period? It doesn't have to be this summer. It could be any summer you had prior.
Oh, that is so difficult.
Just one, like the best one. If you want to, I could start off so you have time to think.
Yeah, go ahead.
My best summer moment was, honorable mentions are, I went to Peru for 3 weeks. Very boring, but that's a whole story there. I went to Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. I pretty much went to Spanish State. I haven't left like the Americans yet. I haven't been to Europe yet.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
I want to go to Europe someday. I want to go to Japan, obviously. Have some of that ramen. Obviously, I can have ramen here, but I want authentic ramen.
You can go to Flushing.
I might as well just make it here if I'm going to Flushing for that. But no, the best, the most memorable summer moment I had was Mexico, summer of 2009. It was kind of a difficult time for me because this was the summer my parents were getting divorced. Oh, they had told me and my sister we were getting divorced. Well, they were getting, not us. So it was kind of a rough summer since, my dad was getting used to the fact that we weren't going to be together anymore. We weren't going to be sharing family dinners anymore for a long time. And so he said, fuck it, we're just going to go on vacation together. My mom was supposed to go, but she said with the divorce happening, she said she didn't want to go. So she just didn't go. And to be fair, my dad paid for her whole ticket. The airplane ticket, the hotel room, everything. That's like $2,000 to the garbage. So, the hotel we were at, it was a resort. It was fucking beautiful. It was a grand entrance. There was no front doors. It's just you walk up and you're in the hotel. There was just so much food places. You don't understand, George. They were like a freaking French fry hot dog bar back to back near the pool area. And it was right next to the beach. It was right connected. There was a whole buffet hut. So it was for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, there was a fucking array of food. It's got there. And there were honorable, fancy restaurants in the hotel. So that was a big plus. There was a video game room and a movie theater inside the hotel as well. Sadly, I was stuck in the kids area. So, because I was in that weird borderline area. I wasn't an adult yet, but I'm not, I'm still a little bit of a kid. So I was stuck with all the little kids, so that was kind of annoying. And there was just, George, now here's the thing. I was only 12 years old, but there was just a lot of hot girls there. For a 12-year-old boy like me. Actually, I was staring at I was looking at this one girl during the movie theater, but during a movie I was watching the Game Plan starring The Rock. Oh. Underrated movie. Everyone
right? Yeah, actually that movie's not that bad.
Everyone should go check it out. Hashtag Rock for President. But this girl was pretty cute, but it was damn, I like the movie even more. One time I prefer movie over hose. But I think she was a little bit older than me. I'm not sure. I never talked to her. That's the thing.
There is a T-shirt I have to show you.
Oh Lord.
I'll have him edit in a photo of that T-shirt. In this video.
Send me the link. I'll remember this.
I got you.
This time code. So generally it was an amazing week. Up to that point, up to the halfway mark of the vacation, where this is where it gets a bit controversial. So it was the middle of the vacation. It was like the latter middle. So we were approaching the end, but we weren't at the end yet because we were there for a full week. So it was around the fifth day, the fifth day. We decided to finally go to the beach area. My dad and my sister got bored of the beach after half an hour, but I still wanted to have fun because the waves kept pushing me back and forth. And for me, that was my definition of fun. So I decided just to stay down there, and my dad and my sister just went back up to one of the pool areas next to the hot dog hut. And so I was there for 45 minutes. I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I'm going to go check out my dad and my sister. I look up and I see a bunch of security guards surrounding the area. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I look at it. I hear Hispanic yell. I'm like, oh no, please do not tell me. I pushed some, I wasn't that tall yet. I was still medium length, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of squirm my way through the crowd, and it was my dad. I was like, oh no, what's going on? And it's I see this guy in the pool. It's he's yelling at my dad. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
The fuck?
I don't know what was going on. So eventually, everything calmed down. My dad and I went back to the...
Wait, to this day you don't know what happened?
I'm getting to it.
Oh, okay.
So me and my dad went back to the room with my sister. For some reason, my sister had an ice pack over her head. Wait, what's going on? It's my dad explained, okay, so after I was down in the beach area, because there's this is the beach, staircase, resort. So it was one staircase. I was literally not that far away, but I couldn't hear anything because of the waves.
Okay.
So my dad told me they were resting on one of the pool chairs. My sister just sat down. My dad was getting some hot dogs and some French fries for them as a little snack before lunch. And so this big, I think it was a 400-pound man.
Jesus.
He came up to my sister, pushed her out of the way. He literally, I'm not gonna actually do it. I'm simulating. He just threw her out of the chair. She hit the fucking pole. There was a metal pole, keeping the little shade areas up. She actually got hurt. Like she never,
hell?
she didn't bleed, but she got a little bit of a concussion.
Hey.
And this guy just sat down. My dad saw it, and it's like, what the obviously my...
yeah, I have a feeling where the story is going
He went up to like, what the fuck did you just do? Obviously, he went for my sister first, and I took care of her. And then like, what the fuck did you do? It's like, this is my chair. I'm like, no, you weren't there when we was like, doesn't matter. This was still my chair. I was here before, earlier this day. This is my chair.
I mean, whether or not it was his chair, either way, he just injured a little girl.
Exactly. But,
so like...
Yeah. Obviously, my dad overreacted. Well, he didn't overreact. He did the proper reaction. He actually grabbed him on his little flabs, the flabs he had of fat, pulled him up, punched him in the face. And obviously, you don't get to do that to my own daughter. They had a brief fight, but since you know when you're like when you're fat, like you're a little slow for some reason because like all the extra weight you have.
Yeah.
So he was a little bit slow. So my dad obviously kicked his ass and threw him into the pool, and then obviously that's when the security guards came in, like stopped everything from proceeding further because I'm pretty sure my dad would have killed him. And then eventually we went downstairs to file, my dad was going to file a complaint with the hotel about this person. And he said, oh no,
I have a feeling he should have done that first.
My dad
I know.
My dad's a man in action. Not the company, but So we all went downstairs because obviously, I just wanted to be with them, after I wasn't going to be separated from them again. So we got downstairs to the concierge to file the complaint against that guy. And he said, oh no, the police are here. You have to go. It's like, wait, what? It's like, no, the guy's filing charges on you because you punched him. It's like, but he injured a girl. Like, doesn't matter. You threw the first punch. So, because of all this stupid shit, it's like, so we were getting kicked out of the hotel. So, and then like an hour later, my dad started screaming at them, we were leaving the hotel. And it was like, I'm suing your ass by the time I get back to New York. And I'll get to that. Spoilers, he did. And guess what? We won. So yeah, and that was kind of a weird thing because so here we were leaving this amazing hotel, this amazing food, and we stayed at like a pretty mediocre hotel afterwards. It was kind of a weird it wasn't like a resort, it was more like a hotel. Very weird area. Yeah, and it was kind of a weird time period because this is when my dad started drinking a little bit too much. He would start talking about listen, we're gonna be separated for a while. When you're a kid, you being away from your parents is it hurts you emotionally because you love your parents so much, so you don't want them to be away from you. That's kind of what I was feeling because he was saying the divorce is gonna happen. We're gonna be separated for a long time. We might not see each other. Obviously, that didn't happen because we moved to an apartment nearby around here, so we saw each other every week. So I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But yeah, that was kind of a memorable summer because it kind of bonded me and my dad closer. Despite the divorce happening, we were still going to be
despite the negativity surrounding.
Yeah, everything happening.
You still enjoyed that summer.
To an extent, I did not like the chicken wings from that point. I didn't like it. The chef was boring as fuck.
I can think of 2 occurrences. I never had a summer that was 100% great, unfortunately. But one that was very close to amazing was the summer after I graduated from high school. Needless to say, not the best time. It was not a great time period in my life. I'm not going into that because I don't want to. However, it is when I got closer to the 3 dudes that I consider to be my best friends, excluding you, Joseph.
That's fine. I wasn't in your graduating class.
Yeah. But after I graduated, there were these 3 dudes that I knew fairly well in high school, but ironically enough, after I graduated, they were a year younger than me, so they were just going back to school.
So yeah, so you were done. You were saying goodbye to the school. They were still there for 1 more year.
Yeah, and for some reason, life just kind of stuck us 4 together, and yeah, now I consider them to be my best friends. We hung out almost
every day.
Every day. It was great. But yeah.
Well, it's did they live close to you, or they actually went the way to see each other?
About 1 bus ride.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because I can relate because it's a bit weird how to. Yeah, go ahead. I'm still trying to find a title name.
Yeah, and my, I guess a close second is the summer in which I just marathoned almost every episode of the original Dragon Ball series.
Jesus Christ. Well, wasn't that, was it 190 something?
Yeah, it was 100 and something.
Damn.
And I fucking love Dragon Ball,
OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's great.
Haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Well, I think I watched it with Tyler because there was a year where this is when we started becoming very close friends. So he started coming over to my crib, well, not my crib, my apartment more often. So every time he come over, like we just watch a marathon of Dragon Ball episodes.
Nice.
So I think that's what it was, but I don't remember that anymore. Because for me, it's like for Dragon Ball, like once TFS abridges it, I never go back. Once they abridge something, I don't go back.
You mean, are you talking about Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball?
I think they did something with Dragon Ball. I don't fucking remember. They haven't released an episode in a while. I think episode 60 finally comes out this week. I think. I'm not sure.
No. I mean Dragon Ball.
No. Oh.
The original series.
I think I watched the majority of it, but I'm not sure. Like, that was like teenage me, so I don't think I remember shit anymore.
Okay.
I know the premise well. I know what happens.
Kid
I just
Goku, I mean.
Yeah, Kid Goku. And then Teen Goku.
But, it's pretty much all I can think of, really.
Mm-hmm. But no, they connect to you had a summer of bonding with those three people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds cool. Cool.
It was it was good.
Because it was like you were at that point, like, oh, we don't have college yet, but we just got off high school, and we have this untapped potential here. Let's just hang out every day and see what happens.
Yeah.
I had that thing with I don't know if I should call it, like, my former friend who used
acquaintance
that we don't talk to each other anymore. We made up, but we don't talk anymore. We both moved on to new things. We used to hang out almost every day, and that made our bond so much stronger. His parents considered me like, his mom made a joke like she had like a best friend who like was kind of like me, like we were always together. I kind of annoyed him, and he kind of annoyed me. So I was like, oh, you found your version of my friend. And then, so I was really close with his family, and obviously that shit happened. So that was.
Life happens.
Yeah, but that summer, like we had summers where we just hanged out every single day. We went on night walks. He used to have more money than me because he had jobs before I did. So we just ordered a shit ton of food. And I'm just saying, George, I gained 20 pounds every time I was around him. I still do, but having a summer of bonding, just really strengthens any relationship. That's the thing. Like, obviously, jobs eventually happen and they kind of like, reduce.
Yeah, life gets in the way.
Eventually. But, as long as you have that one time period where like you strengthen it, then it can sustain it for a long time. Eventually you'll have to do something like that again to keep the energy going. I do sometimes, but like eventually, like we used to, like for you and me, we used to like, because we met Winter Soldier. Well, we met each other before, but it was around Winter Soldier when we started like becoming real friends. Yeah. Then it was like 2015, like we started to really become close. And then it was after I left. You were still there for another year because you're a year younger than me. I can say that. We were still close. We were still talking. I even like helped you out at the end of your last school year with something. I helped you out, and I forget what I did. Like I forgot about a bunch of pizzas. I think.
I forget too.
I remember because I went back for the last day because you were the leader of a club, I just started working, so I'm like, I'm gonna go buy everyone some pizza. I'm gonna buy everyone.
I remember.
Buy some everyone some cheese and cheese pizza. That's it. And then I kicked everyone, and then I didn't let anyone who wasn't a member like get pizza because I hated that shit. I hate when people come.
Wait, do you call it plain? Do you call it regular, or do you call it cheese?
I just call it cheese. Fuck it.
Weird.
Because if it's plain pizza, I assume it's just tomato. No cheese. That reminds me of the deep dish pizza. The one where the tomatoes on top and all the toppings are inside. That's disgusting. That's really disgusting. I tried that once. Had a stomachache. Threw up for the whole night. Never again. # deep dish is horrible. What were we talking about? Pizza?
I mean,
I think summer bondings. But have you had any other than that? Like with anyone else? Like even. Nope. So you haven't had a summer bonding with anyone besides those three?
Not really.
Oh, okay. No, because I found
like if I ever had the opportunity to, I would hang out with you all the fucking time. But you live extremely far.
Well, it's not.
Dude, you live really far away from me. I left at 11:30 this morning. What time did I get here?
1:20.
There we go.
Oh, it's almost Jesus Christ, Jesus.
Why do you always forget that?
Here's the thing. I work a lot.
Like by car, I'm only like 10 minutes.
That's the funny thing. 10 minutes by car, bus. The bus that takes it like goes all these weird paths and
it's just like But if we lived closer together, then I would.
Yeah,
but otherwise,
I mean, a dream of mine someday.
Yeah,
It's probably never going to happen because financial, people has different career path. Like a dream I had was like a reference to King of the Hill where I would like everyone that I knew to live on the same block. And it's like, fuck the fences. We're going to build like a door to connect to all of our houses. That would kind of be, and then we can all have like pool parties, like barbecues every other weekend. That would be a dream, but obviously probably never going to happen because, the fucking houses nowadays cost like $900,000, especially where we live.
It's really stupid.
Yeah, I know. So that's a dream, but, obviously, sometimes location, is a difference. No, because I honestly felt like with the summer of bonding, like I'm trademarking that. Have you had that like with your girlfriend right now, or was it more like?
Oh yeah, certainly.
Or was it more like a year of bonding? Since obviously you kind of
actually more like a year of bonding.
On a priority list, she goes first.
Yeah,
and then like I don't know after
that goes without saying though. Like
obviously, but I just
see her so often, and it's great.
Mm-hmm. So so that was your favorite summer moments.
But yeah, that's all I got. So I think we're good.
Yeah, I can't.
This episode.
Trying to think. Do I have any other summer moments? Trying to think because there's a lot of story, but they're like feature lengths. They're like I can go on and on about them. But yeah, that's it. So I told you about the moment my dad kicked the Mexican person's ass, and we got money. Pay me, bitches. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the PodXCast.
This episode went in a fucking weird ass direction.
We went from talking about our childhoods to summer moments that we probably would remember for the rest of our lives. Kind of weird. Anyway, guys, as always, please check out George's brand new comic strip. I want to say that correctly because
comic strip series, comic series, whatever you want to call it.
Did you announce the title, or is it's just George's comic strip?
It is going to be called Typical Campus.
Typical Camp. I'm pretty sure you told me that name before, but this sounds like so new to me. I don't know. Actually, that's not a bad name. Like, do you have an episode called Hippocampus eventually?
No.
Come on, George. I'm giving you gold, okay? I'm giving you wealth of gold. Anyway, guys, check out George officially on twitter.com/
It's just George 98.
Was 97 taken?
I was born in 98.
No, I know that, but like,
okay.
Why couldn't you take It's Just George, period?
Oh,
was that taken?
I think that might have been taken.
Damn it! We should find. Let's find the original owner. Let's find him and tell him if he could sell you the URL.
Try to buy it off of him.
You can do that.
I know.
I should find the real person who has my name. I should find him. I'm gonna look him up after this episode's over. Anyway, guys, as always, PodXCast every other week. Check me out with a friend or a coworker or pretty much some random schmuck on the street. This week was a friend, and we ramble for about an hour. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much. Please subscribe if you haven't. Check out the show and the other show we have on the network, and we will see you guys next time.